Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, this is the start of the Carabao Cup series guys for this season, for the 22-23 season guys. The Carabao Cup is back. United have started off with a bang, and obviously before I get into that video guys, you guys are going to be asking me, this is your first video back on YouTube, Brett, where the hell have you been? Why have you not been posting videos up? What the hell have you been doing? Firstly, I just want to say I'm back on YouTube finally. I've been in the UK for the last 7 weeks. I was back from the 3rd of October and I got back sort of late November. I've already been back over 3 weeks now. I've been in the UK. The reason why I hadn't been filming videos back in the UK was because I was just moving around too much as well. There was just no stability for me as well to just sit down and film videos. So that's why I haven't really done my United analysis when I was back in the UK. Keep your eyes peeled for that video guys. That video will be coming out very soon as well. Obviously this video will be going out first just due to the fact that our next game in the Carabao Cup is Burnley. That's why this video is going out first, and then that video will go up afterwards, because then United are going on to play Forest the following week, midweek after Christmas. Yes guys, I'm back on YouTube finally. I've been back in the UK. I've been dealing with some other stuff on the side. It's been hectic, but I'm back on YouTube now guys. The wait's been a long time coming. I've not posted much on YouTube for weeks. I apologise for that. I'm back now guys. I had to clear my head as well. I'm back now. Honestly, I tell you what, it feels good to be bloody back. Please bear with me with this video guys. This video will not be the greatest video. So yes guys, it's the 22-23 Carabao Cup series guys on the channel. It started against Aston Villa on the 10th of November. It was actually my birthday on that day as well. I was lucky enough to go out and spend my birthday watching Manchester United. Unfortunately, when I was back in the UK, I did not go to this game. I didn't go to any games when I was back in Manchester as well. It was my decision not to go. Yes guys, let's get straight to the starting 11. So we started with Buvareka, Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof, Malacia, McTominay, Fred, Fernandez, Van der Beek, Rashford and Martial. Get into the overall reaction now. Man United come from behind to beat Villa in a crazy cup tie. Yes, get in. Wow, what a game, what a win and what a result. Nice birthday present. Nice to go on a cup run now. We need a reaction after the loss to Villa in the Premier League. We got revenge. Great opportunity to win silverware after some big teams are out. Got the job done. Lacked creativity in the first half. Moved the ball too slow. Slow tempo, no intensity. Bad in transition, misplaced passes, we were sloppy at times, controlled the first half. Both teams weren't good in the first half. It was a competitive second half, end to end. The game got stretched, defensively poor. The goals we conceded should have been avoidable. We made the runs in from behind, got between the lines, were more aggressive and ruthless. Great reaction after going behind twice. We capitalised on Villa's mistakes. Villa lost their shape and organisation. The substitutions made an impact. We took our chances and we were clinical. There were some brilliant individual performances. Let's not get too carried away. Through to round 4. First half was poor. Second half was brilliant. Overall great performance. Anyway guys, let's get straight into this video. What did I make of the performance? I thought the performance overall was fantastic from the players. I think coming into this game in the Carabao Cup against Aston Villa, this game was all about the response after the loss to Aston Villa in the Premier League when we lost to them 3-1. I think that game was a bit of an eye-opener, to be honest. Against Aston Villa, I was a bit shocked to see what I watched on that game against Aston Villa in the Premier League, and when we dropped 3 points there at Villa Park as well. I think in this game it was all about getting revenge. It was also about seeing the reaction from the players, and that it was a must-win game and we couldn't afford to lose 2 games in the space of a couple of days. And it also makes it look really shit if you lose twice to the same team as well in the space of a couple of days. So we knew this game we had to be ready for this game, mentally, physically as well. And we knew defensively it was going to be tough as well. We know what the capabilities Villa are good at as well. Obviously, they lost Steven Gerrard as well, so that had changed a lot as well. Obviously, Gerrard got sacked after losing to Fulham, I think it was away. And obviously, they appointed Unai Emery. So I think it's going to be a long-term project with Unai Emery. Obviously, Emery's got some really good players in front of him as well, but at the end of the day, he'll probably want his players to come in as well. So there are some mediocre players from Villa as well, which have just turned into, which are just now fighting for their places, to be honest, and trying to impress obviously to impress the manager as well, which pretty much happened in that Premier League game, and why United sort of lost that game at Villa Park. So coming into this game, we knew it was going to be a must-win. It was going to be, we had to make sure that we got revenge and make sure that we had to get through to the next round as well, which is also important. I think we saw over on the day when we played, and also a few days before we played, some big teams had gone out, and teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, some big teams really went out, and which has gave Man United a great opportunity to just go on this great cup run now. Obviously, City and Liverpool are playing in the next fixture as well, which is obviously one of them are going to get knocked out as well. So, most of the top teams are going out. So, and United have got this brilliant opportunity in the next round against Burnley. So, at the end of the day, I think we're happy with the next round, obviously. But obviously, me talking, just going off a bit topic a little bit. So, I apologise for that. But at the end of the day, this was a game that we had to make sure we had to got revenge, and we had to bounce back and actually win this game, get the confidence back in the players, and get the winning mentality back as well. And it wasn't like as if we'd done really poor before that Villa game in the Premier League. We'd lost like one game in the space of 12 games or something like that. So it's not like as if we've lost 6 at the end of the day. So no, I mean, at least Ten Hag's setting a winning mentality, and he wants to win games as well. So, but yeah, overall in this game, I thought it was a great team performance. I thought in the first half, particularly, I don't think we were great. I think in the first half, I thought we controlled the half, but there was things that had gone wrong in that first half. The likes of we just lacked creativity going forward. I thought we just moved the ball too slow. I think there was just no tempo and no intensity. There was just nothing to get behind. We were bad in transition. There was misplaced passes. We were sloppy at times. And you just saw that from the kickoff. Both teams were really poor in the first half. I thought, obviously, we started off, on the front foot, but we didn't really create much. And then, obviously, either getting into the final third, either the ball was coming too short and coming behind, and the first half had just gone completely wrong, to be honest. And there was just no we just didn't see that courage and that intent and that conviction about us in that game in the first half whatsoever. So whereas in the second half we just turned it up, and we just really turned it up in the second half, and obviously Ten Hag got his message across, and that was obviously get on the front foot, start being more aggressive and more ruthless. When you get the chances, take your chances and be clinical in front of goal, and which was the one thing that we did in the second half. But in the second half, I thought we were much better. I think, like I said in my overall reaction, I thought it was more of a competitive second half. It was end to end. Both teams were really going at it. The game got stretched. But I thought we were defensively poor when we conceded the 2 goals. And the 2 goals that we conceded should have been avoidable. The first one was just poor, to give away like that, and to just give Watkins so much time and space on the ball. It's just not good enough. And then the second one was just too much space again, and then it just ricocheted off Delo, and it was unfortunate for the own goal to go in. So it was a great reaction from going from behind twice, but we capitalised on Villa's mistakes in the second half, and I thought that's what we did. Obviously, that their goalkeeper made a mistake, and we capitalised on that mistake. And there was other mistakes that they made as well. And I think when they made their substitutions, it just made them a lot more. I think they just lost their shape, and I just think maybe bringing on Tyrone Mings made things a bit made things a little bit bad for Villa as well. So I think it just sort of changed after when Villa definitely made those substitutions, and they lost the shape and they lost their organisation a little bit defensively, and the more defensively vulnerable, and they sort of went back to their old ways of you know, what they were doing against when they were playing under Gerrard. So I think obviously there was a lot of positives that Villa can take away, but obviously Emery was not happy for 15 minutes as well, so of what he saw. So that's the shit you have to deal with, Emery. So welcome back to the Premier League and welcome back to the Carabao Cup. So, but in the second half, I thought it was a bad start though as well. You know, first 2 minutes Villa scored, but then great reaction. We scored right away immediately, made it 1-1. And then it was just that was just down to a loss of concentration for Villa, I think, and they lost focus. And then we went up on the other end and scored. And then the second goal was just stupid to give away. He left too much space for Ashley Young to run into. Nobody closed him down, and it just took a deflection off the low. So wasn't good enough, but at least we hit back into the game, and at least we showed a response in the game. And you know, we had to come back from behind twice. You know, we went 1-0 down, went 1-1, then they went 2-1 up. And then we scored 2-2, we scored again 3-2, and then we scored again 4-2. So it was a bit of a crazy game, a 6-goal thriller. And we had to really push for that game because we knew that, you know, at the end of the day, we had to give it everything that we had. It was our last game at Old Trafford just before the World Cup as well. So we had to give it absolutely everything that we had in this game. And but yeah, as long as we came away with the win, and we got through to the next round in round 4 against Burnley now. But yeah, it was just not good enough in the first half. Second half, both teams were up for it and gave something for the fans to get behind. And yeah, overall buzzing with the performance. And thought we were brilliant. What a game, what a win, and what a result. In the end, it was a great performance by the players. Nice 23rd birthday present. It was a thrilling game, and in particularly the second half, it was brilliant, I thought. Overall, it was a great team performance by the players. I think coming into this game, like I just said previously, I just think it was all about getting the confidence back. We didn't show that fight against Villa in the Premier League fixture on the weekend, and we had to really show the fight. We had to show the passion, the conviction about us. You know, we had to really get stuck in this game, and we had to show the courage and the intent as well in this one. You know, it was going to be a tough game against Villa. We knew that Villa were definitely going to cause us problems again in this game, so we had to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90. It was a great team performance all round. 6 goals, 4 goals scored by us, and obviously the 2 goals that we conceded were just disappointing to concede. Shouldn't be conceding goals like that, to be honest. It was a thrilling game, and the second half was brilliant. Nice cup game as well. That's what you get in cup games like that. 2 teams going for it, fighting for some silverware as well. Brilliant opportunity as well to win some silverware with some big teams going out, the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal. Most of the top 6 teams are pretty much out apart from United, City and Liverpool. The other teams are out. Happy day. Great opportunity to go on a nice cup run and try go as far as we can, and hopefully you never know at the end of the day what could happen. Nice to win the Carabao Cup, even though it's not on our list, but you need some silverware, and we need to get back to winning trophies again. And I do think we will win a trophy under Erik ten Hag this season, and if it is a trophy, it has to be one of the domestic ones, and also the Europa League as well, to make sure that we're the actual real deal this season for sure. What does it say about the spirit, if you like, that we go behind twice and still in the end win comfortably? To be honest, obviously it's nice to obviously show the team spirit, and obviously great character, great team spirit and great fight from the players to come back from behind twice and go on to win the game. It's obviously brilliant. In that game, it wasn't a consistent performance. We were up, down, up, down, up, down, but then we found ourselves up again. But I think it's all about the mentality. I think we know in terms of the mentality, it has changed a bit in the squad, but we're not the finished article. The mentality, you know, you have so in the first 2 fixtures where we lost the first 2 games against Brighton and Brentford, then changes were made. You could see in the first 2 games, it wasn't only just because of the mentality, it was also because we were not ready as well. Obviously then you go and lose to Villa and the recent Premier League fixtures as well. That was disappointing. I think we lost another game as well against City as well. There's games where the mentality's not been right. There's games where you look at the other 3 games that we lost. I think you should be saying beating Brighton, and we should be beating Brentford, and you should be beating Villa, a poor Villa. At the end of the day, we're not finished yet in terms of getting the right mentality, but we are getting there. It has got better in the last couple of months. At least Ten Hag is setting the standards high, wants a winning mentality about the team, wants to win every game, which we've don't think we've had since the Fergie days, to be honest, as well. Who is my man of the match? You know what? I could give this a few players because I thought we were brilliant in the second half. To be honest with you, you look at the team, you know, we started with Bavaria. Obviously, he conceded 2 poor goals, which was not good enough on his side. Could have been better as well. Delo, I thought he had a good game. Produced one of the goals as well, made one of the goals happen. Ended off with Maguire, thought they were poor, playing next to each other. Malacia didn't have a bad game. I thought Fred was a liability in the midfield. I thought McTominay did not too bad, obviously got a goal. Van der Beek just hasn't really been at it really since Ten Hag's come in as well. Bruno had a good game as well. Rashford had a great game as well, and Martial had a good game as well. All the guys in the front three pretty much produced. Bruno got an assist, Rashford scored, Martial scored, McTominay scored from the midfield as well, playing much in more of a box-to-box position. And then you obviously had the young Alejandro Garnacho with 2 assists as well to his name. There's a few players I think you've probably got to give it to Garnacho for the 2 assists. Bruno played well. Rashford for his goal as well. And it's obviously nice to see Martial back on the score sheet. There was some very good individual performances out there for sure, which really was great to see. How do we beat Burnley? So obviously we've got Burnley in the next round, in round 4. Pretty much a bit of a derby. Obviously Burnley are in the championship, the first in the championship at the minute, and they're obviously playing well. Obviously enjoying life under Vincent Kompany now as well. This is a game for Burnley where they know that they're going to be way up for this, because they know it's going to be Manchester United. They're playing at Old Trafford. They want to try cause an upset. You know, they want to try definitely putting off an upset here, and you know they know it's not going to be an easy task. So I think Burnley know that they have to be on it from minute 1 to minute 90 to give us a game as well. I think obviously Man United as well. I think United it depends what Ten Hag does with the team, if he is going to play with a strong squad, or if he's going to go with that strong squad against Forest, or if he's just going to give plenty of youngsters an opportunity, like the likes of Alejandro Garnacho, Elanga, give Van der Beek a run out, you know, and Martial and all those sort of guys. But it depends what he goes with at the end of the day. So it'll be interesting what his starting 11 would be and what his bench would be after the players going on the World Cup as well. So Burnley, we know that obviously they're playing well at the minute, and obviously, you know, they're at the top of the championship, and you know that they're going to give it everything that they've got, and you know, but we know what to expect, and you know, they're going to play with a low block, and they're going to try counter-attack us, and you know, they're going to try make the right decision making going forward as well. So in a game like this against Burnley, we have to be ready on it from minute 1 to minute 90. Have to get the right mentality, the right mindset. We're going to have to physically give them a really good game, and obviously offensively we're going to have to be on top of our game. Defensively we need to be tight and compact, and we have to be ready for a game like this. But we know it's going to be their FA Cup final. As we know, they're the first in the championship. You know, they want to try cause an upset as well, so we need to be ready for that. They'll give it everything that they've got. They'll try to be organised. They'll try to be well drilled in the game. They'll try and keep it tight and compact. They'll try defensively be strong, play with a low block, try and get us on the counter-attack and make the right decisions going forward. And I think for United, I think it's just all about, we've got to defend properly, we need to be organised, we need to be tight and compact, defensively frustrate them, we need to be ruthless, be relentless, be aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, play with energy, create the chances, take the chances. We need to be clinical and get the crosses into the box, drive them out of position. Set pieces could come into play in a game like this if you do play a bit shit as well. We need to play with width, get in between the lines, got to close them down, don't let them back in the game. We have to do the basics right as well. The game management and decision making as well has got to be right. We've got to be tight. Don't let them get the shot off as well. Sustain attacks, do the basics, win the 50-50s, win the second balls and win the duels. Put them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective, force them to make mistakes, and force the issue as well, and put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers come back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Make the runs in from behind, and don't get pulled out of position, and try to be explosive on the counter-attack as much as we can be. Getting to the goals now. First goal, Maguire passed the ball to Delo. Great long ball by Delo to Bruno. Bruno runs and squares it to Martial for 1-1. Second goal, Malacia puts the ball up for Rashford. Rashford flicks it onto Eriksen. Young puts the ball into a dangerous area and Rashford scores for 2-2. Third goal, loose ball from Alisson. Garnacho passes the ball to Bruno. Bruno hits it and takes a deflection off Mings and scores for 3-2. Fourth goal, Casemiro drifts it over to Garnacho. Garnacho has the vision. Brilliant ball to McTominay. McTominay scores for 4-2. Getting to the stats now, possession for Man United it was 59% and for Aston Villa it was 41%. Goals for Man United it was 4 and for Villa it was 2. Total shots for Man United it was 19 and for Villa it was 5. Shots on target for Man United it was 8 and for Villa it was 2. Total passes for Man United it was 510 passes and for Aston Villa it was 353 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United it was 84% and for Villa it was 79%. Getting into the substitutions now, Martial went off for Garnacho. Talk about Anthony's performance. Scored on his first start in nearly 5 weeks and then came off. Just gone the hour to double-less save him for Fulham on Sunday. Van der Beek went off for Elanga. Talk about Donny's performance, starting as the number 10 for the third game running. He had 11 touches in the first half, fewer than Bavarakka. Another anonymous performance. It was wrong even started. Fred went off for Eriksen. Talk about Fred's performance. A bad night back in the team for the Brazilian, who was sloppy throughout and come off for Eriksen in the second half. Rashford went off for Casemiro. Talk about Marcus's performance. Confident enough on the ball without having a major impact and blasted a great chance wide when he moved to the number 9 role. Then scored to make it 2-2. Lindelof went off for Martinez. Talk about Victor's performance. A mild improvement on Sunday, which is backhanded compliment in itself. Nowhere near Ollie Watkins or Leon Bailey for the goals. Next up we've got Burnley. Burnley, as we just know, this is going to be a game for Burnley that, this is the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. They're coming to Old Trafford. They know it's a tough place to go to, cause an upset as well. Burnley, they're just going to look to go to Old Trafford, try cause a cup upset. What they're going to try and do is when they have the possession, they're really going to show the intensity, the tempo about them. I think it sort of depends on the game plan that they have in place as well for this game as well. But I do think they're going to look to try and definitely the best defensively to try and frustrate us as much as they can. They're going to try and keep it tight and compact. I don't know what you're going to expect from Burnley, to be honest. I've not really watched Burnley in a long time. I've not seen a game from them in the Championship this season. All I know is they're playing well. They're first in the Championship and they're going to try and cause them their upset. I think it's just one of those games where Burnley are going to come to Old Trafford, try and cause a cut upset. We just have to be ready mentally, physically. We have to get the right game plan. And message to Erik ten Hag is that he has to get this right tactically as well. All Burnley players are going to be fired up for this game for sure. Our players need to train well. They need to prepare well for this game against Burnley. It's never easy against Burnley. It's obviously a local derby, so they're going to try and give it absolutely everything that they've got. Burnley, great side, got a good manager. I think when it comes to these sort of games, Erik ten Hag knows that he needs to see a ruthless Manchester United, a relentless Manchester United to go and win this game and get this game put away in the first half against Burnley for them to have no chance of coming back into this game whatsoever. I think in this game the message to these players is get a good start. It's all about the start. Get on the front foot, cause them problems early doors, and when we get the chances, we have to take our chances, scoring our chances as well. It showed it in the stats in this game as well, and it showed that Villa scored 2 goals and they had 5 shots, and they only had 2 on target. There you go. It just goes to show the 2 on target that they had were the 2 goals, and that was their game plan as well. And they were just hoping that we were not going to score many goals, but obviously we just had to really pick up our game in that game for sure. But in this game against Burnley, we have to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we need to turn up to a game like this against Burnley. We've had our warm-ups and friendlies in Spain. This is the real deal now, so these players need to screw their heads on, perform well for a full 90 minutes. The 90 minutes away of getting into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup with a good chance of hopefully getting to the final as well. Avoid a big team, and we could be in business if a team definitely upsets someone. Put on a good team, put out a bright team, tactically get it right, perform well for a full 90 minutes, and we can win this game against Burnley for sure. Burnley are scoring 2 goals per game. Burnley are conceding 0.5 goals per game. Burnley are first in the Championship. Players to look out for is Peacock, Farrell, Alton, Taylor, Harwood, Bellis, Egan Riley, Roberts, McCallie, Vinto, Cork, Manuel, Goodmanson, Brownhill, Westwood, Teller, Cullen, Baston, Rodriguez, Barnes, Zarori. Hope you guys enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.